What's up, guys? So, I don't know if anyone's ever done this before. I'm documenting the most painful part of a hair transplant, or it should be the most painful part anyway, which is it getting all numbed up, and actually this part's going into my neck. So I don't know how much longer I'll be able to talk for, but all right. Okay, so I got to say, this lady right here, this is my crush. She is incredible. Okay, best needle technique I've ever experienced in my life. Like, unbelievable. Seriously, you literally might be the best injector in the entire world.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you know that you are? Did you know that? I'm telling you, like, I've been injected by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You're like better than anybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm seriously blown away. So I was thinking, oh, the first needle's gonna kind of hurt. I mean, the first needle, you don't have any numbing fluid in there. Nope, didn't hurt. And so I was like, what's your technique? So she kind of explained her technique a little bit to me. I'm not gonna give it away though. I'm not gonna give away the secret. But that's some Superman kind of stuff. All right, so I'm not getting any pain. It's just that I'm able to talk less and less as we're going. So they're gonna do some beard extractions. So that's why they're numbing up my beard. So anyway, for all these people, I get these comments here on my YouTube channel pretty often that are like, people will say, because I've always said hair transplant shouldn't really be painful. People are like, no, it's super painful. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, if you get it done right, it should not be painful. Wouldn't you agree, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
Do most of your patients, do they say that it's painful?
It's depends on the patient.
It depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's painful at all. On average, do most people think it's painful or not very painful?
No, it's not painful.
Not painful, yeah. If you get like people that know what they're doing, this is not a painful process. Like, I mean, here I am, I'm streaming on a live YouTube video while getting it done. Come on. If you can do that, it's not very painful. So anyway, feel free to ask me questions, guys, and I'll answer them for as long as I can talk. Ooh, I'm pretty numbed up now. So, yeah, I think the main question I've been getting is why get another surgery? Why do you think I want to get another surgery? I've had a lot. Any guesses?
Because you want it to be perfect, baby.
Because you want it to be perfect.
Correct. Correct something or add some hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think here's what it is for me. It's not so much like the search for perfection, actually. I think for me, it's like options. And my friend Steve Cook, we were talking about this. Like, the better your hair is, the more options you have, you know? Like, when you get your hair done and like it's a transplant and it's like a good transplant, you know? But it's not super thick, but like you can make it look good, you know? You only have so many styling options because like your hair isn't really that good, so you kind of need to style it in a way that makes it look good, you know?
So you want the perfect
and
correct something.
Yeah, and so for me, yeah, it's like for instance, I cannot style my hair and have it look good. I've done some videos on here where my hair is not styled and it still looks good. But then if I really want to style it and I want to use like gel and I want to use putty and like really kind of do things with it, then because it kind of starts to all clump together and it's not really that thick, then there starts to be kind of holes in the operation. You know what I mean? And so I really want even more options where I can go, you know what? I want to use this putty and I want to style my hair and I still want it to be like still look awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
or I want to be able to grow my hair out and like part it over to the left or to the right or whatever, and not worry about like, oh, that's that spot in my hair where like it's a little thin there. It's gonna look a little weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm past the point where like I can look like I have a thick head of hair if I want to, but I can't look like I have a thick head of hair in every style. You know what I mean? And so, like, yeah, fashions change, your style changes, like where you are in life, or like, you know, let's say I start surfing a bunch and I go, I want to have long hair and look like a surfer dude, or like I get a corporate job and I want to comb my hair over a certain way, like, you know, and I want to start styling it that way, or whatever the thing is. I just want to have options, so I think that's where it is, and it's like, oh yeah, there you go. No, I don't feel it. Don't feel it. Yeah, so I'm getting another transplant here. Yep, Travelers, I'm getting another transplant. So, and then I got a comment on the last video. It said, hair greed is real. I think that's true. I mean, that's one of the things. I remember when I got my first hair transplant, you know, and it just kind of framed my face a little bit. It was honestly the hairline of that first one, it looked pretty bad. Travis said it's becoming an addiction. I actually don't think it's becoming an addiction, but I kind of know what you mean, but I'll explain why I don't think it's becoming an addiction. But I remember when I got my first hair transplant, and honestly, the guy who did it, that first one, I won't talk about him, but yeah, his hairline was like not good, and but the thing was, I had more hair than I did before that, so I was so happy. Like I was like, wow, like I actually have like a normal, not balding hairline now, and that felt so good, you know. Mm-hmm. But then you get the next one done, and you're like, ooh, that's even better. That looks even better. And it's like it keeps kind of adding on there, and like the better you get and the better you look, the more you realize that like, wow, like there might be another level up from this. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a, I don't think it's like, ooh, yeah, I can't feel that. My first ones. So I don't think. I think addiction is the wrong word. I think it's more of like, what do you say? Addiction. I see that as, what do I say addiction as? By the way, I did take 2 Valiums, so my brain isn't quite as sharp as always. I see addiction as like, well, one, I think I see addiction as being like a negative thing, right? Addiction is pretty much always a negative, like a negative word, I guess. Mostly a negative word. But I don't think, like, this doesn't do anything negative to my life, so I guess I wouldn't really call it an addiction. I'd more call it like an interest. Alright, feel free, any questions you guys have. Steve Urkel says, hey, I have a procedure on the end of June, looking forward to it. Yeah, man. This is really something to look forward to, I think, completely. I think it's something to look forward to. It's actually one of like, I don't know, if you're someone like me that is always looking to improve things in their life, you know, then I feel like hair transplant, not to like sell a hair transplant, you know, but like hair transplant is literally one of the easiest things that you can do that like positively improves your life, and like with so little like negative pushback, you know. Oh, Jake says, I have a procedure with Hassan and Wong scheduled this summer. Awesome, Jake. I'm sure that's going to go great. Yeah, you know, like if you think going to the gym, like going to the gym is really good for you. There's lots of positives, but it takes lots of time. Like if you want to be really fit, it's like hours and hours every week to be that. There's a lot of, you know, positive benefits to it as well. if you get Botox done, it looks good, you know, like you have less wrinkles, but it's quite expensive to keep up for like the rest of your life. You know, you do have to go like every 3 or 4 months to get it done. Let's start this side. Okay. Okay. So here's actually before we go into that whole thing, this is going to be something cool to watch. So this is the first shot on this side. So this, in theory, should be like the most painful shot, right? This one or the other one. So here we go, the most painful shot. But she's so good. I wonder if I'll even feel it. Okay, barely. Man, you're good. I'm telling you. World champion of shot giving. It's too bad there is no official world championships. Yeah, so anyway, so we're talking about Botox. Okay, so Botox, I mean, I think Botox is awesome. A lot of people, I think it would be good for them to get it. Just as far as like helping you not age and stuff like that. But there's some downsides to it, like you can't move your face the same way. Yeah, it's something that wears off pretty quickly. You have to keep going back. It can be quite expensive. Just the time of going, you know, every 4 months to 3 months, whatever, to get it done. So when you look at that, like comparatively to hair transplant, there's just like, I don't think there's nearly as much. There's just so little downside, especially for the amount, like how much younger it can make you look. Like the difference of mates that you can attract with a good set of like head of hair, or options for styling. Like if you're an actor or actress, like it just gives you like new roles that you can play. Oh, hey, Rolanda's. Okay, so the real reason that I'm actually getting this done is Rolanda's. I couldn't let him have better hair than me, so I'm gonna keep going back. Just messing, man. Yeah, thanks so much, Rolanda's, man. You're definitely an inspiration to so many people. I love your videos. I just watched your latest video. Or I don't know if it's your latest one. I was just watching one of your videos like 15 minutes ago. But yeah, Rolanda's hair's turned out awesome. And he's so good at making YouTube videos. You're like the PewDiePie of hair transplants, dude. For me, anyway. But yeah. Alright guys, if you're not subscribed to Rolanda's channel, make sure to subscribe to his channel. One of the best channels, if not the best, on YouTube about hair transplants. It's so good. Okay, I'm starting to lose the ability to speak well. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll say hi to Dr. Mwamba for you. Oh, Soto says, you bounce around between doctors. Just curious, is it because of the no charge or something like that? Let me see. Is it because of, or beard hair, because of no charge? Yeah, so there's not really like, I mean, the only two people I think I'll probably ever go to, you know, at this point are Dr. Mwamba and Dr. McGrath. And there wasn't like so much a reason. I think both of them are absolutely awesome. So this just came up. I wasn't even planning on doing the surgery, but then Dr. Mwamba had worked on my, done the beard hair transplant thing before, and yeah, my friend Josh worked with Dr. Mwamba, and he was like, hey, you know, Dr. Mwamba would love to get you back and like do some more stuff with you, and the last videos went really well and everything. And honestly, I wasn't thinking about doing another hair transplant. It really wasn't on my mind. But then Josh called me up and mentioned that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to New York City to see my brother, so I could totally do that. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of nice, like having two different doctors that I think are both like so world class work on me, but that also have different styles. And I think that for me, like, I feel like if I only had Dr. McGrath work on me, it would be like I'd be a little bit too biased, you know. And I feel like I've learned a lot from also having Dr. Mwamba and even Dr. Truett Bridges, you know, last time work on me, and even a guy that they were training. So there's like, I feel like the more people that work on me, the better videos I can make for you guys, honestly. It's not so much about like me and my hair, but it's like the less biased I am towards just the way that surgeon works, you know? Because like a surgeon is like a painter. They have a specific, no, I can't talk, a specific style. So I think by like seeing different painters work, you know, even here getting these injections, like, sorry, is it Kareen? Is your name?
Kareen, yes.
Kareen, yeah. Seeing Kareen work, like she's really the best injector I've ever had injected in me, and so it sort of opens up my mind to like, and we talked about her technique and the way that she does it, and it's different than how other people have done it. So I feel like it just educates me, and that helps me educate you guys, and hopefully leads to better surgeries and better understanding of what to experience for all of you guys. So yeah, that's the reason I do it, is I thought to myself, yeah, I think it's good to not be too biased between like one surgeon and another. And also, yeah, Dr. Mwamba, he also does the beard stuff. So Dr. McGrath doesn't do any of the beard to head hair transplanting. So Dr. Mwamba really specializes in that, and I think that's cool to go to a specialist in that. And it gives me a lot of extra donor hair that I wouldn't have otherwise. So, all right, hopefully that kind of answers the question. So that's it. It wasn't, yeah, I think they're both great. Go ahead, John. Travis says, hey man, I just saw you were live. I'm trying to read your questions. I only have one hand because the other hand's being blocked. Sorry. Okay. Travis says, hey man, I just saw you were live. Question, since your very first hair transplant, have you since lowered your hairline any, and if so, how many grafts did it cost you? I've definitely lowered my hair transplant since the first surgery. Yeah, quite a lot, and also on the temple points. Yeah, I've lowered it quite a lot. So, yeah, I don't know how many grafts it's costed me though. I've not kept a really detailed track of that. Travis. All right. So, do you ever try dutasteride? No, Walter, I have not tried dutasteride. Yes, same question from Multidringus. If you consider upgrading from finasteride to dutasteride, then your bio hair will be more safe throughout the rest of your life. Thank you, Eric. No, to be honest, I think the stuff that I'm on right now, the finasteride and oral minoxidil combo pill, seems to be working really well. Like my hair feels more healthy than ever. So I think that's working really, really well. I mean, if it came down to it and I thought that it wasn't working, or I was starting to lose more hair, then I would consider trying something else, and who knows what will be available at that point. But so far it's working really well. So I feel pretty good about, I'm pretty confident about the fact that if I stick on that pill, you know, after like this hair transplant, my hair is going to look really, really good for a long time. So, yeah. Andrew says, I thought you had a full head of hair now, man. Is it just the beard as a donor area? No, we're going to take some from my head as well. Yeah, you might want to watch back because we have gone over a little bit of this, Andrew. Oh, no, I was Norwood. Oh, man. I think Norwood, like 5? Yeah, Norwood 5 before my first hair transplant. I'm Multidringus. If you actually go to the community section here on Hair Loss Hope, then you'll see a picture that I just posted. And it shows, you can see pretty well my hair before I had a hair transplant. It was about 12 years ago. And yeah, it was, let's see, Norwood 5. But you can see on there, I like basically had no hairline. And just whatever hair was on the top of my head was super, super thin. Andrew said, preventative hair. Yeah, I mean, my hair, like, before today was looking quite full. Like, if I grew it out the way that I had it, it was looking quite full. But yeah, like, I think this is going to be a chance to really put, like, the icing on the cake and, like, make it even better. So I'm definitely at the point where, like, it looks good. I mean, it's looked good for a while, but it can look a lot better, and I think it will. So I'm gonna go for it. And also, I think because Dr. Mwamba does all of the beard stuff, it gives me the chance to get a lot of extra grafts from our area I normally wouldn't, you know. Steve says, are you lowering your hairline slightly, or is it just nape hair that you're putting in? I think it's going to be mostly nape hair and the hairline. I don't think we're really going to lower it. Yeah, Zola says, looks like you can squeeze a few more grafts to FUE. Personally, I would have done that, unless your doctor thinks it's all depleted. No, my donor hair on my head is not depleted yet, so yeah, we got some. I'm gonna use head hair as well. I think we're gonna do a total of how many, Corinne?
1,000.
How many?
1,000.
1,000?
1,000, yeah.
From the beard?
No, I don't know. Total.
Oh, total 1,000.
Beard and scalp.
Only 1,000?
I think. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay.
I have to ask him.
Oh, okay.
But he said that it told me 1,000.
Okay. So I think we're gonna do 1,000. How many total transplanted grafts on the top of your head? How much bio do you think you still have surviving in the moment? Travis says, most people can do 3 strips and 2 FUEs, right?
I think it's not.
I think that's about right, Travis. Yeah. It just depends on how many, how many grafts you go through, how like good your donor hair is. There's a lot of variability in that. How like tight your scalp is. So, but yeah, that sounds about right for most people. How many total transplant grafts on top of your head? I would guess that I have around like 8,000 total transplanted grafts on the top of my head. Seven or something like that, 7 or 8. Maybe 9,000, I don't know, somewhere in the 7 to 9,000 range. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna do 1,000 grafts today, so it's not like a ton. As Dr. Mwamba said. So, I can like not really move my mouth very well. God, I can't believe that I actually do this shit on YouTube. It's crazy. And now I look fat. Because all the, the numbing stuff. And it's interesting, I've never gotten a chance to see myself, if I gained a ton of weight. Boy, that looks horrible. That's crazy. Wow, yeah, I'm definitely never gonna get fat. That doesn't look good at all. Wow, makes me look way older. Yeah, maybe 7,000 grafts. I don't really know. I don't know how many I've got in my head. So that's what my hair currently looks like. I got a good jawline, bro. Thank you. Yeah. Wow, but I look like in my face because of this, neck thing. Like I just gained, I don't know, 30 pounds of fat. That's crazy. All right. Please forgive anything I do say on this because I did just take 2 Valium as well, so please forgive me. Please forgive me. I know not what I do. Please forgive me. I can't stop on YouTube. Can you swallow fine? I'm gonna get some spit and see if I can. Yeah, I can swallow fine. Yes. Actually, I don't really have to lean back like that. I can do this. This is a little bit better. Maybe not for the light. Travis says, how much longer is McGrath going to be in practice? Just so I know how long I have to save up because I want him to do the procedure. I think he should be in practice, you know, I would guess at least another 5 years. Yeah, I would guess. I don't think much more than about 5 more years. But I'd guess in like about the 5-year range. That'd be my guess. Yeah. I know he doesn't have to be in practice anymore. He has done very well financially, actually from his investments, even more so than his practice. Like he's actually invested his money really, really well. I kind of admire him for that. And he owns a lot of real estate. He's done really well in cryptocurrency. Yeah, he's invested in some companies that have been really successful. So yeah, Dr. McGrath's actually a really, really great investor as well. How long does the procedure last? Walter is asking. I don't know. It really just depends on how many grafts you're doing. I would say anywhere from like the 5 to 8 hour kind of range. I would say, yeah. That's how long it's gonna last. Oh, I'm gonna sleep now from the volume. If you guys have any more questions, let me know real quick, and then I'm gonna sign off here pretty soon. It is so weird looking at myself and like looking like I'm fat. I have this giant double chin thing. It's kind of freaky. I feel like I look like that dude in Tropic Thunder Tom Cruise played when he put on the fat suit. Zodal said, oh, we got a couple more questions. John says, hey David, no question, I just want to say good luck with the surgery today. Thanks for being so transparent, showing your journey. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate that. I really do try and be just totally transparent with this and just show, I really want to show everything. Like I want, you know, like it's not about being cool, you know, or like looking your best every moment or whatever. It's just, to me, this is like about showing what's real, you know, and how I feel and what it's like to go through this, like mentally, physically, whatever. So I'm glad you appreciate that, and I really want to be that on YouTube, because that's, I think, being real is what helps people, you know. So Zodal says, curious, do you like investing in Philippines business district? Would you live there? I would totally live in the Philippines, absolutely. But I don't think I'd really invest there because there's just so much corruption. What's going on? I'm doing a live stream of this whole thing. I look like I just gained 30 pounds in my neck. Like now I know what I'll look like if I ever get fat.
When if you get fat?
If I get fat, it's not a good look. I'm never gonna get fat. Yeah.
You gotta work on that.
Yeah.
Make sure
no fat.
No fat. Okay.
So Multi-Tringa says, do you have any comments about transplants for the fetus thinners? I think I'm gonna really have to go because Dr. Wong is gonna start working on me. Anyway, guys, you guys are awesome. Lots of love, and we'll see you soon. There will be more videos to come. All right, please just leave the comment in the Multi-Tringas. Just leave it as like a regular comment once the video post is, and I'll make sure to reply to you. So yeah, all right, see you guys.